Buying a home is often the biggest purchase of a person's life, but the cost of owning one can be overlooked. And over the last few years, home ownership expenses have exploded, jumping more than $8,000 since 2019, far outpacing inflation. This includes property taxes, insurance, emergency repairs, all adding to the already high prices that have locked out buyers. Steve, this is a unsung problem. A real unsung issue for potential homeowners.
Well, it's one reason why the people don't feel the country's going in the right direction. Why a lot of young people, you can cite all the statistics you want about what a great economy we have, in many ways we do, but then they look at housing and say, Mom and Dad got one, I can't until a certain age. And I think what this brings the focus on is part of that is government, regulation and the like, and zoning, especially in places like California. And that's why, in terms of capital gains, yes, index it for inflation, but also, one little thing, allow home buyers who have 2 or 3% mortgages, transfer them when they buy another house. So get mobility back in that market. But you get the economy starting to hum again, you start attacking. And one of the good things about that bill that's going through Congress on housing, it's got some real flaws, but it's finally focusing on regulation, obstacles, environmental reviews that take 4 years, standing in the way. But in terms of automation, we should be able to build a house, print a house in a matter of weeks instead of
But you're talking about, hey, we need to do all these things to get people in a home. Well, this is evidence that some people, it's okay not to own a home because there are all these costs associated with it. And you might not be prepared to handle all of these costs that come along with owning a home. And insurance, it's ridiculous how much insurance has gone up. But let me just finish. But it's insurance and property taxes. Florida is trying to get rid of property taxes for homesteaders. But it's just the maintenance of it. Some people are not equipped to be homeowners and take care of a property, particularly what happens in this environment. You buy an older home because it's less expensive, and then you've got to deal with maintenance on a 19th century house, and it turns into something that you can't handle. It's okay if you rent. It's okay if you live with your relative.
And I just wonder, the same way we have the debate about college and the value of the college degree isn't what it once was, especially because of the curriculum of a lot of these schools and why people should consider trade school, for example. But that's hard for people to get their head around. I wonder if that analogy doesn't apply to a certain degree here, which is that this isn't the American dream anymore because prices have gone up, because we live in a different world than we did 50 years ago or 70 years ago, where if you bought a house automatically and kept it over time, it was a good financial investment. You know, I'm wondering if there's this stigma on, like, I don't own a home, I rent, but that should be removed because times change, things change, and you have to kind of get with the program. And maybe the old American dream isn't the new American dream.
Taylor, jump in here on this.
I think in COVID, we learned we can be a little bit more transient than we thought. And I think that's the idea of being a renter was really fun in COVID, because I think there were people who could sublet or just walk away and leave and move and then rent in Salt Lake City and go skiing for a couple months. And it sort of created this more transient culture. I, unfortunately, was sort of stuck with an apartment. And then you're like, now I'm stuck here and you can't offload it because property values kept going down. But I think my frustration is all of the value of the property goes down, and yet all of this goes up. And I think that is the frustration. Property taxes, maintenance. I was lucky where I could afford it, even though it kept going up. But I think to Dagan's point, there's a lot of people who they get in the home and then the property taxes are up 31%. That was my case. I'm like, but you keep devaluing the value of my home. It's worth half what it was because COVID and the immigrant shelter next door and the stabbings because there's a homeless shelter. And yet you keep saying that my assessed value is going up and raising taxes. And that's when it feels like you don't ever really own. Because you try not paying your property taxes and you don't own your home, the government does. So are you ever really an owner?
Can I just end it on a positive note? Some of this you can't solve through entrepreneurship. On the home maintenance piece, I actually think there's a lot of young people
Yeah.
who want to learn how to care for their homes, and they understand that managing home maintenance starts with having knowledge and tools. I've got a former student who has built a product, like an AI-powered product that helps people learn how to manage all the different maintenance needs in their
Love.
house. And I don't know if it's going to work. He's a great guy. I love the product, and I love that there's a hunger to want to do that, and it starts with knowledge.
Well, it's going to need to teach people how to lay some brick and be an electrician and be a plumber, because those are all the problems that crop up, and you can't get anybody over to your house.
Those are the jobs that are hiring.
Again, hey, the dude who I hired a year ago to rebuild the retaining wall at my house ghosted me. You're lucky I didn't show up to your place of business with a big sign.
So that guy, don't hire him.